The Doris Duke Conservation Scholars Program did a fantastic job of introducing my fellow students and I to a lot of the broader concepts and ideas about the field of conservation. I think that by introducing us to so many of the different specific fields, we got a really good understanding of like what our specific interests were. And I think that we had a lot of guest speakers come in and talk to us, and I think that got us really excited about what specific things we can do. For example, we had somebody come in and talk to us about condors and how he introduces the human element and communication and things like that. And that was really cool. We also had some people come and talk to us about camera trapping and field research and data collection and all of these things. I think that they all really just built up and got everybody really excited about conservation and about how we can dedicate our lives to do the same thing. So I think that after the immersion program, where we heard all of these things, we get to go into our internships, and these will be a really great opportunity because we get to focus on some of our more specific interests, but we also get to develop many of our skill sets that we'll need in the future, and develop our resumes, things like that. We'll learn. I know some of the internships we'll learn about like GIS, geographic information science. Some will do a lot of like lab work and with bugs and things like that, and some will do some field research. I think all of them will probably do some field research, but I think the internships will be a really great opportunity for us to not only develop these skill sets, but also to network with people in the field of conservation that can truly help us, and that we can help hopefully in the future. So I think that overall, the summer immersion program, in addition to the internships, has really strengthened our personal interests and has trained us really well, which I think will really help the conservation profession as a whole. Thank you.
Of this treeless area here. It's a little hillier. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Was it an intentional fire or accident?
It was an accidental ignition that resulted in the wildfire. What are some other things that what does it feel like here?
It's very windy.
It's windy?
The trees don't break the wind.
Yeah. So there's this shrubby vegetation in the what would be the understory. What about temperature? Yeah, it's low because it's windier. So what about, are we seeing a lot of little trees? A lot of little regeneration of trees? Yeah. So we're seeing some regeneration of trees. So this,
all right, so please present your topics, and once you start speaking, your time will begin.
Do you have the history of the canyon, or no, the history of Lake Powell? but we were told to focus on sedimentation. Yeah, so that's So, 700,000 years ago, volcanic eruptions would create an enormous amount of debris that would act as natural dams on the Colorado River. Over time, these dams, they would naturally erode due to natural erosion processes and soon cease to exist. And to put it in perspective, if such things can happen to naturally occurring dams through natural forces, what is to say that they can't happen to our very own man-made dams that we create, such as our slab of concrete called Glen Canyon Dam. So our talk will be on the history of Lake Powell, because this dam was created to create energy and provide a reservoir for the use of Lake Powell to the surrounding region.
So one of the big problems that we're having in Lake Powell is that silt is being trapped behind the dam, as you know. It's being trapped in the lake, not by the mouths of the rivers, but by the center of the lake, and which is not what the engineers anticipated. And slowly, the silt is creeping up and out closer to the dam, and Nancy will go into that in more detail. It's creating a lot of problems with silt and other sediment in upstream, and just one example of the problems that already are being caused. The San Juan River, after a lot of the drought in the early 2000s, redirected through Paiute Farms on the Navajo Reservation, and the river started running over a rock, which created a natural waterfall, which is creating other problems downstream. And I want to focus on the upstream problem, which is that the rock is acting as a natural dam, and as far as 30 miles away, sediment is building up in the river, and where there used to be rapids. So people have to walk their boats into the water there now, and it's creating a lot of ecological problems. Some of them similar to the ones downstream, which is the water being clear, and there's a lot of invasive species coming in, different types of insects, different types of plants, birds which feed off the insects, and fish which are able to feed off the insects as well. And this is creating a lot of problems with the ecology there. So I mentioned that the silt is collecting in the center of the lake. So every year the rate at which that is building up is accelerating because the drought creates things called turbidity flows. And basically what happens is that more sediment will be exposed as the drought keeps lowering the water level. And then when there is a great flood, it carries more of the sediment out. So it brings more sediment overall into the lake. There's some other problems, such as down cutting, which is when the water that hits against the dam is basically flowing back, and then it cuts into the rock that's already part of Glen Canyon.
feels good.
Oh my goodness, Sean! Sean, that feels good!
I'm ready. Go down.
Okay, so the first thing that really brought us together, I think, is within like the second or third day we went to the ropes challenge course, and that was when I first realized that like we were gonna have to work as a team over the next 2 months. I'd never really experienced some sort of team building activity like that, and something that stands out to me was there was that one activity where we were trying to we kept trying it many times, but we were trying to like press up against each other's hands and lean and see how far back we could get, and then we tried it on those ropes that were a few feet above the ground, and we started at like they were in a V shape. We started at the beginning and tried to get across to touch the trees, and we tried it so many times. Different people kept going up, and nothing was really working. We started getting a little dejected, and then we just took a moment to sort of like reflect on what we were doing and what we could do better, and like see what new strategies we could try. And after that talk, the first volunteers were me and Ari, and we went up and we did it, and like with the help of everybody like supporting us and literally holding us up, like we were able to complete it and touch the trees, and that was like such a magical moment for me. But I feel like it was magical for everyone because we all took part of it, and everyone's so like proud of the success we had. So that was a really beautiful moment, and already I was like, wow, this is gonna be an amazing 2 months with these amazing people. Like, we're gonna go far if we're already doing this on day 2. So yeah, that was really cool. Another thing is on our first rest day, like we couldn't even stay apart from each other. We all went and had a picnic together at the Student Organic Garden, and I think it was Walter brought up like, do you guys miss home? And then all of a sudden everyone's going around the circle sharing their feelings to people that they've barely known for very long, and that was really magical and emotional. Some people like were getting teary-eyed, but everyone was so supportive. It was really cool to see, and then we just picked each other up by like going around and talking about nicknames at home, and now like we all have those nicknames for each other that we kept from that day. So yeah, that was really cool, just to see how close we got in such a short amount of time, and then we just kept getting closer and closer. Yeah. And then another memory I have is just the other day we were at Hofilands and we got stuck in the sand, and without anybody like having to tell us, we just all sort of got out and started pushing the vans, which just really shows that like we're pretty good at taking initiative, and no one was complaining, and people were like, "Woo, this is so fun," and just had such a positive attitude about it. People were cheering each other on, even though it was like burning hot and we're pushing a really heavy car. And it took us a while, but we eventually did it, and I think in the end that's what matters, that we got the end result that we wanted by working together. So yeah, that was really cool, and just so many memories that we've had together. It's just really magical to see such a diverse group come together so quickly and work together so well. Like we always belong together, and I don't know, I love each and every one of you. You're all so special and amazing. I'm going to miss you so much in relationships, but I feel like the bonds we made here are going to last a lifetime. So yeah, much love.